celebrating harvest, as universal as anything could be. Food is the tie that binds, indiscriminate of age, race, or gender. Crops don't care what church you go to or who you wanted to win the election. The wheat in the field or the grapes on the vine, they just don't care how much you spent on your car. Mother Nature doesn't care how you show up. It seems she only cares that you show up with a full heart. I was proud to celebrate the 30th harvest at Summerhill Pyramid Winery this fall, their 25th vintage as winemakers. The Sipes family and Eric Krossig, their winemaker and partner, are more than learned colleagues, leaders in the wine industry. They are friends, and I mulled on this gift of friendship as I watched hundreds of their friends gather with glasses of frothy Federweiser and handfuls of piping hot Zieberkuchen onion tart. It was something of a minor miracle, this glorious afternoon with the full clouds hanging anxiously over the distant hills. Freezing rain fell miles away, avoiding our joyous gathering as if even it felt the moment too reverent to intrude. A young family passed me as I made my way through the throng, and instantly I wished my family had made the trip with me. My son is a pretty easy fellow to please. Give him a sunny afternoon surrounded by friendly folks, a little something to nosh on, with a glass of apple juice, well, that's a great day. Smart kid, I like his style. It makes perfect sense then that Summerhill is one of his favorite places in the world. There is a power to this place, a resonance. Its siren call lures the heart of those believing that a deeper, richer connection to the earth is possible. We had come as a family to visit only 2 months previous. That, too, had been a decidedly beautiful afternoon. And as I watched my children in the kikuli, I understood that they had heard that call. They scampered up and down the hillside, chasing butterflies over the brook and lazing in the lush grass with me as we saw the sky come alive with cloud animals of every size and shape. I remember pausing in that moment, giving thanks again that I was fortunate enough to have such richness, my family and my friends, my beautiful corner of the world. I wasn't always a believer. There was a time when the notion of a winery cellaring their most important wines in a pyramid built on site seemed more than a little absurd. A pyramid? Really? Oh, the quality of the wine spoke for itself, but why the mysticism? And yet, when one enters the Summerhill Pyramid for the first time, sanctity permeates the very air. A sensation of purity has seeped into the bones of the building and hangs on the resting bottles that seem at home there. It's something that I can't pretend to fully understand. Yet perhaps I don't need to understand. I couldn't explain to you how my car engine works, and still I'm a more than credible driver. I can't explain how my 2-year-old can stay up until almost midnight and still be awake, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed before 6 a.m. And I certainly have no explanation for the hows or whys pyramid cellaring affects wine. But it does. The accolades speak for themselves. And one could waggle a finger at winemaker Eric and say, the most awarded winemaker in Canada has more to do with accolades than the shape of a wine cellar. And one would be correct. And one would be incorrect as well, for Eric himself would state that a winemaker can only be as great as the land he and the vineyard manager toil over, and that greatness comes from paying attention to the details, not just the details of the mind, but of the heart as well. It's in remembering all those who have given to the land before us, and respecting them. It's in sharing the joy of harvest with friends and family, and taking a moment, a very conscious moment, to thank the earth itself for our bounty, not because it appeals to our logic, but because it soothes the soul, because it's the right thing to do, because our children are watching.